Hand comprises of 8 carpal bones placed in 2 rows of 4 each. These are scaphoid, lunate, tripiteral, pisiform from lateral to medial side in the first or proximal row. Then there is trapezium, trapezoid, capitate with a head and hamate with a hook from lateral to medial side in the second or distal row. The well-known mnemonic is "She looks too pretty, try to catch her." Palm or middle part consists of 5 metacarpal bones. First is shortest and strongest. Others are longer and thinner. Each consists of an upper end, middle concave shaft and a head or a distal end. Proximally, the metacarpals form carpo-metacarpal joint with the carpal bones. Distally, these form metacarpo-phalangeal joints with the bases of proximal phalanges. Base of first metacarpal articulates with the distal facet of trapezium to form a separate concavo-convex synovial saddle joint, which provides unique movement of opposition. In addition to flexion with medial rotation and extension with lateral rotation. It also allows movement of circumduction used in teasing friends and foes alike. Second to fifth metacarpal articulate with remaining 3 carpal bones of the distal row. The phalanges form the distal part of the hand. These are longer than the tiny phalanges of the foot. First digit or thumb contains only 2 phalanges, the proximal and the distal, with 1 interphalangeal joint. Second to fifth digits or index finger, middle finger, ring finger and little finger contain 3 phalanges each. These are named proximal, middle and distal phalanges containing proximal interphalangeal joint and distal interphalangeal joint. In clinical practice, one must name the digits carefully. That is thumb or first digit, index finger or second digit, middle finger or third digit, ring finger or fourth digit and little finger or fifth digit. At times, wrong digits have been operated upon because of different nomenclature. Carpal bones on the right and left side give attachment to a small flexor retinaculum. This is attached laterally to the tubercle of scaphoid and crest of trapezium. Medially it is attached to hook of hamate and pisiform bone. In addition, it has a deep slip which is attached to medial side of the groove of trapezium for the passage of flexor carpi radialis. On the medial side is a superficial slip also attached to pisiform, and it covers the ulnar vessels and nerve as these enter the palm. Structures passing superficial to flexor retinaculum from medial to lateral side are ulnar nerve, ulnar vessels, palmar cutaneous branch of ulnar nerve, tendon of palmaris longus and palmar cutaneous branch of median nerve. Structures passing deep to flexor retinaculum are tendon of flexor pollicis longus in the synovial sheath, 8 tendons of flexor digitorum superficialis and flexor digitorum profundus, 4 each. Median nerve lying superficial to the tendons. The tendon of flexor carpi radialis is passing between the superficial and deep slip of the flexor retinaculum. Flexor retinaculum on lateral side gives attachment to muscles of thinner eminence. These are abductor pollicis brevis, flexor pollicis brevis and opponens pollicis. Adductor pollicis is not a muscle of thinner eminence, as it is not responsible for the eminence due to its deep position. Flexor retinaculum on medial side gives attachment to 3 similar muscles of hypothenor eminence. These are abductor digiti minimi, flexor digiti minimi and opponens digiti minimi. Adductor pollicis arises from capitate, base of second and third metacarpals as oblique head, and from shaft of third metacarpal as transverse head. The 2 heads get inserted into the medial side of base of proximal phalanx of the thumb. 4 tendons of flexor digitorum superficialis pass deep to the flexor retinaculum, pass across the palm. At the respective metacarpophalangeal joints of 2nd to 5th digits, each tendon gets perforated by tendon of flexor digitorum profundus, so that the tendon of flexor digitorum superficialis gets divided into 2 slips to be inserted into sides of shaft of middle phalanx. Thus, flexor digitorum superficialis has 8 slips of insertion, 2 each into 2nd to 5th digits. The tendon of flexor digitorum superficialis is perforated by tendon of flexor digitorum profundus and gets divided into 2 to get inserted into the shaft of the middle phalanx, and tendon of profundus gets inserted into the base of the distal phalanx. The 4 tendons of composite flexor digitorum profundus pass deep to the flexor retinaculum. They also pass deep to the tendon of flexor digitorum superficialis, perforate through the tendon of superficialis and get inserted into base of distal phalanx of second to 5th digits. These tendons are the only ones to cross distal interphalangeal joint and are its only flexors. These 4 tendons of flexor digitorum profundus also give origin to 1st and 4th lumbrical muscles. The 1st and 2nd are unipennate and 3rd and 4th are bipennate. These pass on the lateral side of respective metacarpopharyngeal joint to get inserted into the respective extensor expansions. Palmar interossei. These are 4 in number. These arise from 1 metacarpal each and are adductors of digits at the metacarpophalangeal joint. The mnemonic is P for palmar and AD for adduction. The first interosseous is a small muscle as its action is done by adductor pollicis. It arises from base of first metacarpal and inserted into proximal phalanx of the thumb. 2nd, 3rd and 4th arise from 2nd, 4th and 5th metacarpals respectively. 3rd metacarpal has no palmar interosseous. 3rd metacarpal has no palmar interosseous, and so no palmar interosseous is inserted into the long middle finger, and no palmar interosseous is inserted into the long middle finger. Second palmar interosseous is inserted into extensor expansion of index finger. Third palmar is inserted into extensor expansion of ring finger, and fourth palmar is inserted into extensor expansion of little finger. Dorsal interossei. These are abductors at metacarpophalangeal joints. These are 4 in number and arise from adjacent sides of 2 metacarpal bones. So in between 5 metacarpals there are 4 dorsal interossei. The first digit or thumb and 5th digit or little finger have their own abductors. So there are 4 dorsal interossei for 2nd, 3rd and 4th digits. Axis of abduction and adduction of digits passes through the middle finger or the 3rd digit. So the middle finger, whichever side it moves, is abducted. So it needs 2 abductors. Index finger or 2nd digit gets attachment of 1st dorsal interosseous. Middle finger or 3rd digit gets attachment of 2nd dorsal interosseous on lateral side and 3rd dorsal interosseous on medial side. Ring finger or 4th digit gets attachment of 4th dorsal interosseous. So 2nd, 3rd and 4th digits. 2nd, 3rd and 4th digits, middle 3 digits get insertion of 1st, 2nd, 3rd and 4th dorsal interosseous. Middle finger gets 2 dorsal interosseous. On the back of hand in relation to this joint is a long and weak extensor retinaculum under which there are 6 compartments for the passage of various tendons. These have been done with the radius bone. The retinaculum is attached to the lowest part of anterior border of radius laterally and to styloid process of ulna medially and to the triquetral and pisiform bone also. Superficial to extensor retinaculum runs the cephalic vein. 4 tendons of extensor digitorum cross the respective metacarpophalangeal joint and form an extensor expansion on the 2nd to 5th digits. The dorsal digital expansion of